Hey guys, back with another painting tutorial, this time a little different. Getting ready for a campaign in the shop, and so I decided to do some Orlocks up from Necromunda, and they were a lot of fun to paint. I do have a few proxy printed ones, but yeah, it was a good time. So this is the Orlock that we're going to be painting for the tutorial, and you'll see the whole gang at the end. And the first thing you need to do is prime the model matte black of your choice of primer, and you can see the gang there. I've already sort of done a slap chop. This is going to be a modified slap chop. It won't be as fast, but this is going to be the first color. So use the dry brush, apple barrel, timeless gray. I usually use cheaper paints for this. It just helps out. And then I have a sponge. It's a little damp, and that helps make sure that your dry brush isn't chalky when you're doing this. So but this does take a little bit of time. And then I have just a tile that didn't work out for one of my boards, and I use that to get all the excess paint off. So yep, and just up and down movements ideally. You can be pretty heavy with this because the darker the model is, then the contrast paints, it just won't work that well. So we're going to do another step here. We're going to take it to apple barrel white. This is Snow White. It's a matte color, but really whatever white of your choice. I haven't really seen any benefit of using high-end paint for the base color of this. I've even done zenithal through an airbrush, and I think it all sort of comes out honestly about the same. So all right, now we're gonna go to some speed paint, Cloudburst Blue, and I went with like sort of, I don't know, Escape from LA, or maybe Escape from New York, Snake Plissken, with denim. You know, denim and leather was the idea behind these guys, so I'm gonna go with the jeans. Next is gonna be Army Painter Fire Giant Orange, and I did all my guys different, so I didn't want to do all their shirts blue, so this guy's shirt's just gonna be orange, so that's what you're hitting here. I really like that color. It's a really pretty color from their speed paint line. Next is Army Painter Grim Black. You can probably use regular black if you wanted to, because we will be going over it for edge highlighting. So if you don't have some of these colors, you could definitely use Citadel's version or Vallejo, their dip inks. This is going to be probably the longest color that you're going to be sort of blocking in, just because a lot of their stuff is black. Hit the gun, the jacket, the boots, the shin guards. Make sure you hit the bottom of the boots too. All right, hardened leather, one of my favorite colors from this line. And yeah, what you're gonna think, we're gonna hit the boots, so they're gonna be the leather portion. I decided to go with more of a brown boot for these guys, just to have some different colors instead of just a black. And then the gloves, and then all the other leather bits, so the belts, anything that you might think that's leather. So all right, tan flesh, we're going to start working on the flesh tones here. This is Pro Curl, so this is going to be the base coat color. This is my usual skin workup on most of my models. It's a really good, easy, pretty much like non-frill, like great skin pigment tone color, you know, for your miniatures. So it's sort of what I have stuck to for a lot of my other videos if you've watched them. All right, now we're gonna tint the skin tone. So we're gonna use Army Painter Crusader Skin, more like a wash than it is a paint for me. And I don't know if you watched a lot of my channel. I do a lot more historics than I do futuristics, so this was a nice little change of pace, especially through the Christmas break here. So yeah, it's coming along. All right, back to hardened leather. This time I didn't really know what I wanted to do with this hair color, but after I painted the rest of the gang, I'm like, I'm gonna do this guy hardened leather. So back to hardened leather. This is a wash. It's not my recipe. It's Space Juice from Sonic Sledgehammer Miniatures, I think is his page. It's a really good wash, sort of picks up all the details for you. Pro Acryl, Tan Flesh. Now we're going to start highlighting. So we're going to mostly stick with the Pro Acryl line for this. If you don't have Pro Acryl, use whatever other paint line that you do use. But yeah, hit all the knuckles, the nose. I had to move the light. As you can see, it was pretty sort of dark. I apologize about that. All right, now burnt orange. Again, Pro Acryl. This time we're going to highlight his gloves and then the boots. So I have quite the gang here. I think I have 16 or 17 miniatures down there, and I still have some more. Obviously that's a lot more than what you need for Necromunda, but I just wanted to have a lot of variation, and they were pretty fun to paint. I think I did this in about 2 days, like all these guys. Pro Acryl Advanced Flesh Tone. Now we're going to highlight all the leather. This is a really good edge highlight for leather. Also, I use my, like, if they have like a gun stock, so like if you're wanting like a wood grain, I usually use this color for that. Works really well. Highlight his hair. Blue black. Now we're going to use this to highlight the leather, just to give it some variation from just the black. So I pretty much just follow all the high edges. I'm not the best edge highlighter, as you can see. This is again more of just trying to get a decent looking model set for a tabletop game. All right, now we're going to mix some colors. Pro Acryl Bold Pyrrole Red with the yellow ochre, both Pro Acryl. Should be like an orangish color. You know, it's what we're looking for. And we're going to highlight the top here, because I didn't really have a specific color for this, so decided to just mix one up. Got a shirt there, and then Pro Acryl Dark Ivory is going to be the next color, and this is the only thing you're going to be hitting is his little. This is the only thing that I made identical on all the actual Orlock models from this Games Workshop was that. Next, we're going to highlight the jeans. So just regular blue. Camera's out of focus. I apologize. All right, this is a really good gunmetal color. It flows really nice and easy because it's an air paint. So this is what we're going to hit with all the metallics. The base of the metallics anyways. So hit the shin guards. If they do have the knee pads, I didn't hit those unless they had like the skull portion in it, like where it was actually attached, and you can sort of see there's a separation in the model or how that's modeled. So, and then all just the little bits, the buckles, the chains, and then went in and just used sort of the edge of the brush, similar to like edge highlighting, and I'm just hitting the top of those ridges on their shoulder pads. I didn't want to do the whole thing. And I just sort of found an angle of the light that I liked the most, and I highlighted the pistols that way. All right, Citadel Retributor Armor is going to be for, I think, the end of the leather belt there, and then he's got some brass casings in his, you know, like a bandolier across his chest there, or so, or bandolier. Not a lot of metallics on these guys, but I want to have a few just to, again, brighten them up, because the black is pretty darkening on them. So looking pretty good. Almost done. All right, the Acryl Thirst Shade from Citadel. We're gonna just wash all the metallics just to give it a more of a grim dark approach to it. We'll go back and we'll highlight some of the bits, but. All right, now we're going to do the goggles. So these guys have, most of the models have goggles on them. And so this is an easy way to do any type of lens or even windows for vehicles. I have another tutorial in one of my historics videos. I'll link it here. But yeah, so you're going to use, it's black undercoat. You left it black from the beginning. And then we're going to use a light gray of your choosing. This is just this timeless gray. Going to go in, make a little dot. Next, we're going to use the Bold Titanium White. And how these goggles are on the model, there's like a very distinct ridge on, basically they're almost like a square or rectangle, I guess. And so that's what I highlighted on. So Bold Titanium White, just make a little line there. And then you can use whatever color you want. If you want your lenses to be blue, red, orange, use a contrast paint of your choice. Here I chose the Army Painter Pallid Bone. Went in there, just give it more of like almost like an orangish / brown color is what I was thinking for like the Ash Wasteland. And the lenses are done. Now we're gonna start highlighting the metallics. Citadel Stormhost Silver. And we are just literally hitting small, like basically doing little dots, little lines and little dots. We're not doing big spots with this stuff. And again, I'm just sort of more or less focusing on one lot, like basically a source light for those pistols to make them gleam in that one spot. Hit all the little buckles and accoutrements on them. And then now I have them on his base. I do have them each individual named, which is more, I guess, personalized narrative for Necromunda. So, and I did the hazard striping for his base too. So, yeah, came out really good. I really have enjoyed painting these models. Again, it took about 2 days to paint the 16 of them, so not too long. Here and there, you know, it wasn't 16 days straight. And here he is. That way, better lighting. Sort of have him on a turntable. I do like those name placards. I found them. I don't do a lot of things in Blender, but I was able to put them in Blender and, you know, make whatever name I wanted. So, which is pretty cool for the gang to make them again a little bit more personalized. So, and I did do white on the top and then yellow ochre on the bottom just to have that, I don't know, break in the name. And here's the whole gang in all its glory. So I really have enjoyed painting these guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. If not, that's okay too. Hope at least it was a little entertaining. If you don't mind, remember to like and subscribe, and try to push these videos out maybe every once a week or every other week. So I try to get a lot of content on here. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Remember again to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a great New Year's and hope you guys had a Merry Christmas too. Thanks.